Welcome to the Sovereignty Health and Wellness Center channel. I'm Chad Gold. I'm a certified health education specialist and master NLP health and life coach. In the next 3 videos, I'll be talking about mindful nutrition. I'll be providing 10 concentrations designed to increase mindfulness in eating and drinking. In this video, I'll introduce the first 4 of the 10 concentrations. The first is drinking lemon water every morning before consuming anything else. The second is not eating in secret. The third is to sit and eat without distractions. And the fourth is to eat when your body is hungry. So the first concentration is a good habit to get into every day for the rest of our lives. After a night's sleep, if we have eaten enough the day before, but not too much, we'll likely have had ample time to digest our last meal, moving things like insoluble fiber all the way down into our large intestines. Water is absorbed there from the substances in our food that we have not yet absorbed into our bloodstream. Many chemical reactions occur in the process of digestion. Only the smaller, simpler forms of nutrients can pass through the walls of the GI tract to enter our blood, so everything has to be broken down. That first drink of lemon water in the morning primes the body for the day. It moves byproducts from chemical reactions along with the substances we haven't absorbed further down the tract to be eliminated. We probably haven't had a drink for nearly 8 hours unless we got up to drink during the night. Water is used for thousands and thousands of chemical reactions in our metabolism. A lot of us go right for things like coffee and tea in the morning. I know I did for years. Believe it or not, though there is obviously water in these beverages, they are not good substances for hydrating our bodies. Instead, they actually result in water moving through and out of us. This is not the kind of water that we hold on to. The lemon is a nice cleansing component. Sometimes even if you currently wake up sore, heavy, foggy, groggy, and tired, this practice can have an energizing effect on us before we consume anything with caffeine. With mindfulness as our concentration, try this for a couple of weeks and let me know how you feel. Have a pitcher of the purest, cleanest water you can get waiting in your fridge for you in the morning. Squeeze a quarter of lemon into it and then let the rest of it just steep in the pitcher. If you like cucumber, I also like to add some sliced cucumber into the water. Another variant could be to add a few thin shavings of raw ginger or some fresh mint. Before taking anything else in, sit with a tall glass of your water and breathe just a little deeper and slower. Put one hand over your stomach as you drink and close your eyes if it helps you to concentrate on feeling the water move down your throat and into your stomach. How far down can you feel the water travel before you lose track of it? A graphical representation of your GI tract may help you to imagine what's going on inside of you. Find one that you like and look at it in the morning. Why do we want to do this? It is so easy to get all up in our heads so much that we can get separated from feeling our bodies. Our bodies have so much to tell us about how we are caring for them. If we are not mindful of our bodies, we will miss some of the very subtle, personal cues. Our bodies may not use words, but we do, and our bodies can understand them because of how words make us think and feel. which are occurrences accompanied by chemical reactions. What do you have to say to your body? The second concentration is to decide that eating is no secret. You may not do this overtly or even at all, but if you do, this concentration is for you. Some people just sneak a snack or a meal now and then that they deliberately do not let anyone else around them know about. Some go as far as hiding snacks near their beds or computers, but this isn't always so overt. Have you ever just sat down to a meal and tried to remember what else you ate that day and couldn't? This concentration isn't just about uncovering whether you hide eating from others. More importantly, do you hide it from yourself? In taking on this concentration for a while, you may want to keep a food log. I also like some of the free programs available for logging food, because they often will also have a way of tracking athletic activity levels too. I'm not advocating becoming obsessed with constantly counting calories versus energy spent in exercise or weighing ourselves all the time. I do, however, suggest doing this for a little while, just to give ourselves a more acute sense of what we're doing. Remember, slipping into unconsciousness and forgetting can mean that our unconscious urges and cravings can be misinterpreted, and we can end up eating when our bodies are not hungry. The third concentration is to sit with your eating without distractions. I understand that eating is a social thing, but even when you're out to eat, take a moment to put one hand on your gut, close your eyes, smell and taste your food. When not in a social situation, find a place to sit quietly and concentrate on paying more attention to your eating and drinking. Even if we aren't hiding our eating, I think we've all eaten on the run or while multitasking. If we're really in this and want to gain mastery over mindful nutrition, then we want to be as conscious as we can when eating. If we do this, we will not miss what our bodies have to say about what we are feeding them. Now, if this seems very impractical or difficult, I would suggest to you that you may be falling into the habit of eating when your body is not hungry. That is the fourth concentration. Make a note to yourself when this concentration seems difficult or impractical. Our bodies can be satiated, and yet we can still have some intense urges and cravings. As we go through these concentrations, take some time and decide to entertain them all. Or take one or a few of them at a time if you'd like, and follow them for a few days or a week or two. Shop for your food when you're not hungry. Plan food more for your body than your taste buds, while remembering that your taste buds are very much a part of your body. Ultimately, this concentration looks like an ongoing perfection of the balance between the most nutritious and delicious foods. This part will be an ongoing project, of course. To start, when you eat, again put your hand over your gut and direct your attention in its place. Ask your gut, your nerves, your blood sugar, enzyme and microorganism balances how they feel about what you are eating as you eat. I'm sure you can already see how these concentrations are interrelated. Eating what your body wants and when it is actually hungry can help kick the habit of hiding your consumptions from yourself and maybe from others. And all of this can have an influence on how you think and feel every morning when you mindfully follow that pure, clean water from your tall glass to your stomach and beyond. You may still be asking, what's the point of all of this? We can all tend to do things unconsciously. We can distract ourselves from our body and get all up in our heads sometimes. Though this doesn't always translate into compulsive or emotional eating when our body is not hungry, it can happen in many other ways too. Someone may work so much in a job they may not like and avoid having a social life when they long to move forward in a different career or have deeper, more meaningful, loving relationships. Someone may not realize they have certain manipulative communication styles when they just want to be able to have mutually empathetic kind of conversations with people they love and care about. Someone may have some very difficult and traumatic memories and avoid anything that may bring thoughts and feelings up around the memory of that trauma, when they're also avoiding new experiences that they may otherwise find very fulfilling and satisfying. I know these can be very vulnerable and sensitive subjects, but do you notice anything like these examples in yourself or someone you know? Can you think of other examples where we catch ourselves with a blind spot we do not want to face? You know that's normal and common, right? The point of all this is that the practice of mindfulness regarding nutrition is an excellent way to practice mindfulness in all aspects of our lives. It helps us to increase our awareness and our health and well-being. These concentrations help us to take our sovereignty back from the things like habits we've adopted in less conscious states that seem to take control of us. Practicing these concentrations is usually difficult at first. They get easier, though, in proportion to your level of compliance with them. Familiarize yourself with these concentrations as we go through them, and take a couple of weeks or even a month to adopt them. And this is very important. Don't entertain any guilt if you catch yourself in the sleeper mode, which I've detailed primarily in episode 820, but also in contrast with more mindful modes in 920 and 1020. Instead, journal, log, or somehow remember just how mindful you have been and contemplate how mindful you can be. Just start easy with it and make your primary goal to familiarize yourself with these methods of becoming more and more aware of just how aware we are. If you make this a way of life, I am confident that you will experience significant movements towards a clearer, healthier, and happier life. If you want to center yourself in a higher degree of health and reach and maintain, for example, a healthy weight for you personally, the 10 concentrations of mindful nutrition will help you realize these goals. Thank you for joining me. The next episode, 1220, will elaborate on the concentrations 5 through 7. 5 is eating what our body really wants. 6, stop eating 3/4 to full. And 7, more home-cooked meals from scratch. Cheers.